Okay, today I'm going to do some dice coasters, and I've got 3 colors of bluish and greenish ink to use. I made very few coasters before I started recording this stuff, mostly because I wanted to, they have to, if I want to sell them, they need to sit for a few weeks. I'm spraying these down and hope, because it seems to help with the bubbles around the crevices. I'll rearrange these after I get, so maybe I should do that beforehand. All right, put that there. You here, you up here, you here. Oops, and you there, and you there. And so since these have a lip on them, it's going to be a little interesting. That interesting is good. I asked my friend yesterday what I should do next, and of course I didn't write it down, and now I completely forgot. So I will be asking again. I know there were good ideas, but of course, I'm a ding dong and forgot. Actually, go ahead. I keep knocking my inks over, which means I'm making a mess. I'm actually going to put this over here because it gets in the way since I'm right-handed. Okay, I am using cerulean, blue, and azure. And I need a color for the middle. Grab a color for the middle. I'm going to do pearl white in the middle. I'm going to go in with azure on, try to get on the corners of the dice. Oops. I need a better delivery system. Because I seem to make such a mess with the alcohol inks. Oops. looks like I got confused on which corners are corners. So I'll just make sure that there's 6 dots. There's 6. Oops. Yeah, that's what I need to prevent, is that double dropping. I probably should have waited a bit before I started dropping those, but it is what it is. Oops. Okay, now I'm going to go with the cerulean in between. And I forgot the blue on the holder. I need a little bit more in there. Okay, and now I'm going to go in with Azure. I hope this wasn't the one I already used. Okay, apparently I already did use Azure. So let me go back to the blue. Blue. Oh, or was that blue? I don't know. Okay. Try just the blue here. And I get a little bit more white in the middle of this. Okay, which blue did I not use? I'm gonna try the Azure here, see how this looks. Nope, that is the same color. Okay, it and the regular blue look almost identical. They don't on my paper towel. Maybe I'll add some more cerulean to these. Consistency for me is hard. There are a few rules that I always have, and then everything else I get distracted by squirrels. I always, 100% of the time, pour my B into my cup first, and then the A. And since I've done that since the beginning, it just makes it easier. I don't get confused about it as much anymore. I still don't have enough resin in this. I'm going to go through and swirl. Paper towel, paper towel. Okay, I'm going to go in and swirl the lid here. Or not swirl it, but mix the stuff together. And I'm going to go around the inside edge to make sure that there's no bubbles. We go out from the center here, and I think I'm going to need some more. Probably need some more resin in the coasters themselves. I do have just a little bit left. Okay, let's get some more white in the centers. I really should have let these sit a bit. I know that, and I've said that. Okay, I'm going to redo this one here. Let's see. Which of these needs more resin here? Maybe not. Maybe none of them. So I'm going to go inwards for a bit. So I am getting the little stick caught in the grooves in the mold. Yeah, if these don't come out perfect, I'm okay with that. Okay, white, let's go out. I should really be like sticking this off in a turtle or something instead of wiping it on the napkin. Okay, go in. So eventually I'll be doing this, using this technique until I get it down perfect. I'm stubborn like that. Okay, now let's go in with another drop of white. I can't buy the pearl white on its own, I don't think. I'll have to check on that. Once I get this room rearranged, I'll have a lot more space to do stuff. So we had massive storms here last night. The sirens didn't go off, but I do have a kind of wobbly tree in the front and a large picture window that I would prefer not be damaged, but I figured if anything happened due to the high winds, I get the cats and my laptop, iPad and phone, and I just put that stuff in my backpack, and then I go. We didn't stay in the bathroom last night. We just stayed in the bedroom. And being shut in the bedroom with two cats who don't get along, not the funnest. But we survived. I finally, once the storms died down a little bit, I opened the door and let Chewy out so he would stop scratching the door. He's not used to being trapped in there with me. Usually when he's in there, it's because I need to be in here. And Cammy is very seldom shut in the bedroom. And they have water and litter box in there, so it's all good. Cammy is really bad about wanting lap time constantly. And sometimes I need to get work done. And I could go in the office and do it. I probably should. But until I start doing that, she's going to have to occasionally be put in the bedroom. And they've got they've got my bed in there. So it should all be good. I think I already did this one. I'm going to try to, where the resin is kind of, or where the color is kind of thin, I'm going to do some more. So am I going to have to do this 1,000 times to get it perfect? I sure hope not. That's a lot of bloody coasters. But if it's necessary, I will. Getting a little sloppy with this one. Swirl his belly. I mean, do coasters have a belly? That's kind of dumb. But it wouldn't be me if I didn't say dumb stuff. Like I was wondering yesterday, does my boy cat know that he doesn't have testicles anymore? Like he's been without him for a year. Is that long enough to forget, or is he just, you know, mad because he only looks like a boy? Yeah, I need to let this set next time. Pour it and then turn off the video and set a timer. I don't know what color I'll back these with. I don't know if it'll be black or gray again. Oh, the accidental gray. Or if I'm going to have room to back them. So part of me wants to wear on the edges of these to make sure there's no bubbles, but I also worry that I'll mess it up. So when you go to a restaurant, do you always order the same thing, or do you vary it up and try different things? For me, it depends on if it's someplace I've been before or not, and if I do, and if it's a favorite. And if I've got somebody with me who wants to share. That was a beautiful thing about a previous relationship, was that we'd order what we wanted, but we'd also be more than willing to share with the other. And we'd negotiate. All right, we want to go around this. I think this one I'm doing now is probably going to turn out the best. I should slow down. Oops. So I have a little bit of resin left, and I've got part of a turtle. Let me grab another turtle and pour some of him out into the other turtle. Or really what I'm just doing is making a mess again. I applied for a job yesterday. It's QA, software QA, but I am really hoping I get it, because it sounds fascinating. The company sounds great too. Okay, I've got a little paw here that's not leg paw. I'm never going to figure that out. Put that back in here. This one's probably going to be a nightmare to unmold or clean up, I guess. Okay, I guess I'll do another turtle. Or 2, or 6. I really hope I can sell these. And part of me, I've thought about making like chess pieces out of turtles and skulls, or I don't know, maybe stacking them. Or do you tic-tac-toe with skulls and turtles? All right. Oops. I think I've got enough for one more turtle. Alright, let me move this. Turtle. And turtle. And so that's cerulean that I put in those. I'll put one of the others in a minute. Okay. Put one in the middle on those two. And I have another. Tired of knocking that over. Here's another turtle. Two turtles. I think I probably only have enough for one. But let me go ahead and scrape this guy out. I'm like this when I cook too. I scrape every last bit out if I can. Top up the paw. Okay. Oops. So this is azure. Put a dot in the middle of these. And the sapphire. They're sticking to my gloves, which is why they keep falling over. Another baby wipe. I got dye on my spoon. Or alcohol ink, I guess. Okay, I'll grab one of these doohickeys again. Get some of that ink in there. Swirl this around. And I think this guy may not have enough feet. Let's see if I can scrape any last bit out of here. Go with another dot of cerulean on this one. I'm gonna end up having it next tomorrow. I'll have to end up topping these off with a little bit of clear because they're not going to be deep enough. It's hard to tell when you're pouring clear resin into them. Okay, well, I'm going to take off my gloves so I can turn my phone off. And I will see you tomorrow.